Hello, everybody, and welcome to our second Pages and Pals live show. Sorry, I forgot the name for a second. So this is a monthly live show that me and the BookTube chicks and some guests always do every month just to kind of have fun, hang out, and read together. So this will be an hour-long show. Our format is normally we start with introductions. We'll have 20 minutes of reading. Then we'll take a little break, talk about the books that we're reading, and then we'll do another 20-minute sprint. If you are watching, please go ahead and grab your book, whatever book you're reading, and join us in some getting some reading done. So we're gonna go ahead and start with introductions, and I'll be last. So Kathy, if you want to go first.
Sure. I'm Kathy from the channel Kathy Trithardt. It's hard to spell, so it's on the screen for you, and also linked down below. And today I'm going to be reading Olympian Confessions, Hades and Persephone, and it's by Erin Kinsella.
Okay. Chloe, if you want to go next.
I forgot I was muted myself because I don't have headphones. Hi guys, I'm Chloe. I run the channel BrunetteBibliophile. Tonight I'm going to be reading Heart of Iron by Ashley Poston because this is our book club pick for whatever month it is, September. And I'm not very far into it, so hopefully I can get a decent chunk read today.
Okay. Hello, I'm Desirai from LibriLabra, and today I am going to be reading Regretting You by Colleen Hoover, and this is actually the book club pick for the LibriLabra book club this month. I decided for my birthday month I just wanted to read a bunch of contemporaries because they're kind of my favorite, and I just wanted to feel lots of emotions, so that's what I'm doing this month.
Especially with Colleen Hoover books too.
All right, Desirai palette cleanse.
All right, so we will have one more guest joining, and that's Donna. She wasn't able to get off work early enough, and her commute is quite long, so she'll be coming in a little bit later, and then we'll introduce her in. Obviously, you're on my channel. By the way, everybody's channels and Twitter links are also down below for you guys. But I will be reading Unbound by Neil Shusterman. This is a collection of short story based on the Unwind world, which if you've been on my channel for a while, you know it's one of my favorite dystopian series. And it's, again, short story, so it would be really easy to read. So I figured it would be good to read during these live readings. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Boundless Book Owl says she's reading Soulbound by Kristen Callahan, which is book 6 in a Darkest London series. Wow, okay. So I have never heard of that series, but I'll check it out. It sounds fun. So we're going to, again, start with 20 minutes of reading. And then after the 20 minutes, we'll take a little bit of a break, and then we'll do another 20-minute sprint. So again, if you're watching, just go ahead and grab any book that you're reading and join us. Okay, so that was 20 minutes. We're going to just go ahead. For those who are watching, welcome to our Pages and Pals live show. This is just a live show where we just read together and hang out. We just did the way our format works is that we do 2 20-minute reading sprints, and then we take a break in between. So this is our first break. And we're just going to go ahead and talk about the books that we're reading. So Kathy, if you want to go first, let us know what you think about your book.
Sure. So I'm reading Olympian Confessions, Hades and Persephone by Erin Kinsella. I'm just at the beginning of it, so it's really just a Hades and Persephone retelling, so a complete retelling of that myth in that time frame. This isn't a reimagining at all. And I picked it up because I read Heart and Soul by the same author and really loved it. That one's a contemporary. It's set mostly in Korea, about this woman who's from Canada and has mixed ancestry and writes like a historical period drama about Korea, and it's being made into a show there. So she goes to visit to see like the set and that type of thing. And then when she gets there, she finds out that her favorite bias from her favorite K-pop group is actually playing the lead, and then it becomes a marriage of convenience. So I really loved that book, and I was like, well, she's written these other things. Let me download them on my Kindle. And that's where I am now. And I also really like the Hades and Persephone myth, mostly because of Lore Olympus, which is an amazing webcomic that I absolutely adore. So I was like, let's get more of this in my life. Why not?
Okay, Chloe, if you want to go next.
So I'm only 70 pages into this book. I'm reading Heart of Iron, by the way. And I just reached part 2. Things are starting to pick up a little bit now. And it's giving me like when I started, when I read the synopsis for this, I was like, oh, this is giving me Lunar Chronicles vibes. But now I'm kind of stepping away from that a little bit because it doesn't give me those vibes anymore. And I don't really have like a solid opinion on it yet, but hopefully it will pick up for me soon.
And Desiree.
So I think I read like 10 pages in, and it's giving me anxiety.
Why?
You wanted feelings.
There are right, there we go. It's first person, and it's this girl. I think she's maybe like 17 or 18, and she's hanging out with her 16-year-old sister and both of their boyfriends. And so they've just gone to a party, and like her sister and her boyfriend love to be the center of attention, love to go out and get drunk and do drugs and do all these things. And like, you know, part of me is like, okay, this is what teenagers do. That's sort of what I was doing at that age. And then I was like, dear God, I have a teenager right now. And I was like, and I just didn't want to, like, as soon as I thought of my kid doing those things, I was like, no. but it's pretty good.
As I said, I'm reading Unbound, which is a series of short stories based on the Unwinding series by Neil Shusterman. And if you've never read the series, it's a pretty creepy, disturbing, I guess you could say, dystopian world where there was this war called the Heartland War, and it was a war between like pro-lifers and pro-choicers, and they kind of like the war came to an end due to this procedure called unwinding, which basically a child's, like, it's a medical procedure where a human body, they were able to harvest like almost 99% of a human bodies, and basically by harvesting these organs and putting them in other people, kind of like the person lives on through other people, and that's why the war ended. And so the first story that I'm reading is set during the Heartland War. The original series is after the Heartland War, when the medical this unwinding is taking place and it's more accepted in society. So it's definitely different to read before unwinding was a thing. And apparently the Heartland War was pretty bad. Like, there was no education system. Only really, really rich children from really, really prominent and influential families were able to go to school. And everyone else just kind of, like, children left their homes. They're living in gangs. They live on the street. And the war is still going on around them. So it's pretty interesting to read from before, because I was always interested in reading from the perspective during the Heartland War. So it's pretty interesting so far. We're reading from the perspective of one of these rich kids who does get to go to school and have an education, and he's pretty privileged. So it's, however, he kind of wants to be a feral teen. They call them feral teenagers, the ones that live on the streets, because he feels like his parents suffocate him. And I'm just like, I feel like every teenager feels like that their parents are suffocating them. So, so far, nothing has happened besides him trying to get in with some of these gangs, but it's pretty interesting so far. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and do another 20-minute reading sprint. Again, if you're joining us, just grab a book and read with us. Just any book that you like, any book that you're currently reading, just grab it and read with us. We're gonna go ahead and read for another 20 minutes, and that will be it. Okay, sorry, we're gonna take a little break. Donna just joined us. Donna, if you just want to tell us really quick what you're reading.
I'm reading a Gathering of Shadows by
Okay.
V.E. Swan.
Okay. All right.
I'm
Sorry.
actually doing a buddy read with other people on this book.
How far are you into the book?
This is just past the 100-page mark.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We're supposed to be reading 100 pages per week, so we will have 5 weeks of buddy read of this.
Oh, okay. It's a good idea, actually. All right, so we're in the middle of our second 20-minute reading spread. So, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 20 minutes, a little bit longer than 20 minutes, actually. So we're going to go ahead and just do our final thoughts on the books that we've read, and then we can close out. Kathy, as usual, if you would like to go first.
Sure. Like I said, I'm not very far into this. I'm actually just about to finish the 6th chapter, and essentially Hades and Persephone have just met, and they basically just met. That's all that's happened. And we're seeing that Persephone basically just lives with her mom, and her mom doesn't want her to go anywhere. It's kind of like an evil stepmother situation, like Rapunzel, basically, where she's like, you're not allowed to go anywhere, you're not allowed to see anyone, you're mine, and it's gross, and I don't like it. So I'm looking forward to her hanging out in the underworld with Hades instead.
Okay. Chloe?
So I didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but it is starting to pick up and be a little bit more interesting. I feel like I have read a book like this before, but I can't think about what it is right now. But it's getting better, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes, because this is way bigger than I thought it was going to be. So I'm interested to see what happens.
Okay. Okay, go ahead, Desiree.
Chloe, have you read Anastasia or any Anastasia retellings? Because it's an Anastasia retelling.
No, I knew it was a retelling, but I need to look more into that story.
So, I'm enjoying what's happening. It's pretty interesting. I think Colleen Hoover's just quirky, and she likes to stick in quirky things. It is being told by multiple perspectives, but it's still first person, and I think I prefer reading from first person experiences just because I want to get to know the characters. So I'm
it's a
enjoying it.
Colleen Hoover book. I figured you would love it because she's like one of your favorite authors, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, Donna, tell us how you feel about the book currently.
I in that 20 minutes only read 6 pages. It was so little. But with what I have read from before, I am curious to see what's going to happen, because I'm at the point where Kel did not know that White London has a new king already, while the Holland, the guy that almost tried to kill him before, but he actually also saves him at the same time. So I'm like, okay, so is Holland gonna be a good king, a good guy, or is he gonna be a bad guy? So, and all of you guys read this already? I'm pretty sure I'm like the last person to read this.
I haven't read the second book. I read the first book. So you're actually ahead of me.
Oh, okay. No. Then I hope I'm not spoiling
No.
anything mentioning that.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, I'm curious to see what's going to happen. And I really like how the story started with Lila. So I'm not going to mention how it started, but so I won't spoil it for you. But the beginning scene, you're going to love it then. The beginning scene is really good with how Lila shows up.
The first book was really, really good. So I remember not being very into the beginning of the first book, and then the ending was just really, really, really good. So I still have to pick up the second book though, because it's been a while.
Then you're going to like how it started. Okay. For sure. Since we both liked it, the other book we read with Julia Kagawa.
Oh yeah, Shadow the Fox. Yep.
Yeah, that was a great series.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what's gonna happen next. With the whole different Londons now, maybe Black London will show back up. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious to see how that goes.
So on my book, again, I'm reading a series of short stories based on Unwinding the Unwind Dystology by Neil Shusterman. I did finish the first story, which actually the ending caught me by surprise because the rich kid that I mentioned before was actually a main character from this main series, and I was not expecting that. So I was kind of like shocked when I found out who he is. So it was pretty good first story. And now I just started the second story, but that first story was pretty good. So I like being caught by surprise by books. So that is the end of our second Pages and Pals live show. I want to thank Kathy and Donna for joining us. And of course, you are invited for the third one. If you'd like to come back, you're more than welcome. Just let me know. And of course, if any of you, I'm sorry?
I was just going to say, just let me know when it is. I will probably be there.
Yeah, if any of you guys out there are watching and you would like to join us on the actual live show, just let me know. You can either comment on this live show down in the below, or you can tweet at me or DM me on Instagram, or any of our BookTube Chicks hosts, who are Chloe and Desirai. You're more than welcome to just let us know that you want to be on the live show. We will be more than happy to have you. Again, this is just a live show where there's no stress. It's just reading, and it can be any book that you want, whatever book that you're reading currently. So, but our next live show is tentatively scheduled for October 10th. So it will be around 5-6 o'clock time. So we haven't decided on the time for sure yet, but it will be on October 10th. Follow us on Instagram or Twitter, or even on my channel. I will post about it for the exact time and the exact date to make sure that it is still the 10th by the time we get there. So anyway, guys, thank you for everyone who joined. It was kind of fun to see. At one point we had 7 people join the live show, so it was pretty awesome to have so many people join us, and we are all here because we love reading books, and so it was pretty awesome to see so many people join. But yeah, we'll see you guys all on October 10th then. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thanks.